And as mortgage deferrals run out, we're starting to see an increase in Canadians who are behind on their mortgage payments. Financial expert with Bromwich+Smith, Jasmine Marra, joins us now to discuss this. Good morning, Jasmine.
Good morning, Andrea.
Thanks so much for joining us here today. So we're noticing a little bit of an increase in Canadians who are behind on these payments, in particular mortgages. Why exactly is that?
That's right, Andrea. Certainly with CERB ending and mortgage deferrals starting to run out, we are seeing an increase in Canadians who are behind on their mortgage payments.
So I know something, too, that you want to speak to directly is even just some of the statistics involved with this.
Yes, that's right. Actually, according to the latest statistics from the Canadian Bankers Association, there is actually over 3,000 Albertans who are currently in arrears on their mortgage payments. And that actually represents about 0.52% of all mortgage holders in our province. And it's double the national average. So there are many Albertans in our community that definitely need some advice and input on this particular topic.
That does seem quite significant. So I know, too, that this is why you're joining us here this morning, is you're going to give us a little bit of advice for people who are behind on these payments and what exactly they can be doing at this point.
Yeah, I think a few things to know. The first thing is that, lenders can actually foreclose after one missed payment. Now, something to know is usually they won't do this. Usually it's really important to give them a call in advance because it's in their best interest to work with you to figure out a new payment solution. So making sure that you call with lots of notice if you do think you're going to be late on a mortgage payment is really important.
I think something, too, that you want to discuss a little bit further as well is that when it does come to a foreclosure, typically they'll give you at least 3 missed payments before they start that whole process.
That's right. Now, that's usually what we see with our clients. It's not a hard and fast rule per se, but usually what we see is lenders want to work with you. Of course, they want you to be able to pay your mortgage. And of course, you want to be able to pay your mortgage. But after 120 days or 3 missed payments, they do start to be concerned that perhaps this is not something that's sustainable for you. And at that point, there will have been lots of conversations. But at 120 days, we typically see them start that foreclosure process for certain. Yes.
So for any of the Albertans at home right now, what would some of the exemptions for us be in this province?
Yeah, I think that's an important notice. If you are looking, at foreclosure, certainly things are difficult. There's no question. But one thing to know is if you are facing that particular situation, if you reach out to Bromwich+Smith or a licensed insolvency trustee, there is $40,000 in exemptions. So if you have equity in your home, by filing a restructuring, you can potentially protect $40,000. If you do nothing, the foreclosure unfortunately will take, of course, the home and its contents. So certainly reaching out early is really important.
Exactly. And that's just really what I wanted to draw in on, too, because you mentioned that if you do think you're going to miss a payment, the best thing somebody can be doing is getting ahead of it. So speaking to somebody like you and coming up with a plan.
Absolutely. Get some advice early. There's no question. And once those foreclosure proceedings start, they're very difficult to stop in terms of even getting that $40,000 of protection through the exemption. So, get the advice, make the call, and just be aware of the legal implications if you are facing something as difficult as a foreclosure.
All very important information to know. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for joining us as always. For anybody at home looking for a little bit more information, if you want to reach out to one of the experts, head to Bromwich+Smith.com. Have a nice day, Jasmine.
Thanks, Andrea. You too.
Debt Real Talk with Bromwich+Smith. Free confidential debt relief consultations.